again, I started pulling cards. And it's funny because in my last night, and I have no reason to lie, so y'all just work with me here, okay? So we got the bee. I've been mentioning in the last couple about the bees, about um, they bring joy, new beginnings, so on. And these are my cards that I've made over the last few years. We have hard work, collective consciousness, sacred feminine, manifestation, commitment, good luck, spirit world, new beginnings. And the fact that it says sacred feminine, and I saw this spider with huge boutete, um, and it turned it out to be all of its babies on its back. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's not the first time I've come across that. It's just like, I mean, that thing was legs and all, like, are you okay? So we have out here spiritual guidance. Do not hold back. Okay, Metatron's cube. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It is this type of symbol. Just my little makeshift symbol from a makeshift card. Okay, creation, nature, knowledge, release of negativity, spiritual balance. Okay, I have been mentioning about ancestors. Your ancestors are watching you because they're literally on the edge of their seats and they're applauding you, watching you break these karmic ancestral curses. I can't even get the words out, y'all. Okay, because we got dysfunctional and we got ancestors in place. Okay, I feel necessarily in a you're not necessarily in a moment in time where it's your ancestors of blood or time. It is ancestors of place. So like the area that you live in, maybe do a little research on the spirits that could possibly be lingering around. If you're into that sort of thing, I am. I would so love to go and do like either like a haunted house, or not even a haunted house. Like let's clear that up. If something jumps out at me or somebody jumps out on me, I have been almost kicked out of Supreme Screen before, or what was it? Not Scary Farm, Not Sperry Farm in California, because somebody jumped out from behind like this black tarp and I came this close to punching him in the face just because, homie, you don't jump out in my face. Okay, it's reaction. But um where was I going with that other than dysfunctional? um oh yeah, okay, like the haunted house sort of thing. I have always, like, growing up, I watched those shows with my grandmother, Medium and the Ghost Whisperer, and we would watch. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of Chip Coffee. I would love to meet him someday. You could tell, he just has a beautiful soul and he is connected to spirit. I would love to meet people like that, meet others like myself who are close to spirit. But everything's unfolding, okay? You never know. Maybe I'll get an opportunity someday, or, an opportunity to meet somebody soon within the same realm. I could start asking some questions because here lately I've been everybody else's go to, and I'm always going to be a student because I have so many questions. You know, anyways, let's continue on with what they say, okay? Sorry, this chair is metal. It's killing my ankles. Okay, we have Neptune with dreams, illusions, subconscious, and psychic receptivity. Okay, we have emotions may be compromised. Hype up those around you. Past Rumors never die quietly. We have the eye, and I've been saying all eyes on you. Mentioning the spider, 8 eyes. All eyes are on you. Ancestors' eyes are on you. People are watching your glow up. It says gateway to the soul, protection, psychic vision, clairvoyance, clarity, and awareness. Okay. Over here we have tree of life, midpoint. Okay, I put midpoint point between heaven and earth, leaves and roots, interconnectedness, personal and spiritual growth, nurturing, ancestry, legacy, and nourishment. And I have eyes on them, okay, because yes, even though you got eyes on you, they have eyes on them too. okay? And spirit sees what folks have put you through, right? And when I was saying ancestor place, um, I get do your history and your research. Um, that's all I keep hearing is the eyes are on you, the eyes are on you, the eyes are on them, the eyes are on them. And this is spiritually and dreams. Maybe you've been having more dreams. I mean, we have here, where is it? Dreams, uh, spiritually, spiritual guidance, you know, emotions maybe compromised. Like, your dreams might be telling you something, and those ancestors might be coming through. You might actually even have like ancestors of place, because that can happen too. Um, I've been in locations, I've stayed in locations where the spirit didn't show itself in a form. Okay, when psychics say, you know, we can we can see spirit in our mind's eye, like legit, like we can see, you know, or at least let me speak from my experience. I have been in places where in my mind's eye I can see the moment that they're frozen in, or the moment that they're asking for help. I have had people come to me in my dreams, um, that are obviously not ancestor of blood or time. You know, they're usually of the land, and it, it's interesting how my dreams play out. I used to write down my dreams, like if I could remember them. I kept that journal. God, it took so much training, but I kept that journal next to the bed, and literally I would have it open to the page with the pen right there ready to go, because otherwise you wake up, you're scrounging around, you're trying to find your notebook and a pen, and it's gone. You done lost the dream. And for me personally, it was getting aggravating because I knew I had a history of prophetic dreams. But I would have these dreams that weren't mine. Like, I would be I would be seeing through someone else's eyes, or sometimes I would see, um, as like a higher, I believe they call it, um, what's it called, when you project, um, I can't think of the fancy terms for it right now, but basically when astral project, okay? Apparently I was doing that a couple times and didn't even realize it. And I tapped into some things I didn't even realize that, like, I was right. And it actually played out in my favor, because in a way spirit gave me a heads up of like, hey, this is what's playing out over on their side of the yard. um, you might want to prepare for this, okay? So yeah, I had to keep a notebook open at all times next to the bed with pen ready to go. And I was writing these like outlandish things. Like, if it was a frying pan, all I could remember, I'd write down frying pan, but like I would write like key terms, and I would look them up, and I would look up the spiritual meaning of them, and so on and so forth. And believe it or not, like, I have been sent down rabbit holes of history, both, personal world. Um, I've explored different religions and beliefs, and spiritual beliefs. Um, some of my greatest friends are witches. They classify as witches, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I absolutely adore them. They're fantastic people, because it's like once you get that taboo thing out the way, it's like you can actually have conversation with folks that know what you're talking about, and being understood is like one of the greatest feelings I feel a human being can ever have. Is if you have a moment of feeling understood, like there's nothing more gratifying than that as a human being. Okay. What was I getting with that? Yeah, check into your dreams. Keep a dream journal. Okay, they're saying your hard work's paying off, even though it may have been pretty dysfunctional. You know, moving forward, hype up those around you. But because I have it right here with past, I feel you hyped up those around you, but you never hyped up yourself, and you allowed people to spread these false rumors about you. Okay, and I say aloud, maybe you didn't have any way, shape, or form to really, have any kind of say in that, but rumors never die quietly. And if somebody's spreading rumors about you, I don't care if they're an ancestor, I don't care if they're your sibling, I don't care if they're a coworker. If someone is spreading rumors around about you, do you really think you need to hang out with that person? Do you like? For some stupid reason, I used to think that, oh well, I can change their perspective of me. No, no. Okay, once I started doing astrology, I learned I'm a Scorpio rising. No wonder why every time I walked into a room, eyes drawed me. I don't like. I've never known why. I pointed it out to people, and they're like, "Oh, you're just tripping." It's like, no, seriously. I can walk into a room, and that room, sometimes you can hear a pin drop. I don't know what's going through their heads. I don't know if it's because I'm beautiful. I don't know if it's because I'm new. I don't know if it's just because I'm different, or like a lot of times I get a lot of judgmental people. But I am actually a very beautiful woman. The only reason I don't put my face on here is because I am a DV survivor. And, some of us got to work around we were given to work with. Okay? I am very beautiful, but I don't need to plaster my face all over the internet to prove it, because I have nothing to prove. If anything, I'm just here to help you. And I know oh, I pulled cards again. I'm always pulling cards because I let people go. Don't leave every bridge in ashes, though, okay? Maybe keep things a little cordial. I just heard sometimes they bite. It's time you reflect, okay? Your dreams, start writing your dreams down. If you are getting messages in your dreams, like, pay attention. Seriously, pay attention. Even if it's a freaking frying pan, pay attention, okay? Go look up, legit, look up frying pan spiritual meaning. Always add spiritual meaning at the end of whatever it is you're wanting the spiritual meaning of, especially when it comes to dreams. Okay? Treat yourself, engage in your passion. Do not hold back. Alright? And it's false. And it landed over here by this dysfunctional and so on. Okay? I just feel those people in your life that were toxic. They're spreading false information about you. Okay. We have pay attention to the out of ordinary signs. To the out of ordinary signs are everywhere. Eye of Ra, power, protection, royal authority, fury, sun god, and it's the Eye of Ra is the right eye. And we got, yes, scapegoat situation. Yeah, the fury of the Eye of Ra. Yes, eyes on you, eyes on them. They see the scapegoat situation. Just being near you is intoxicating, okay? And you have come a long way. I love these cards. I just sporadically started writing them. So I have all kinds of information. Okay, support, stability. Number 4, security, organization, and power. I've actually been seeing the 4 a lot. And to me, I see the 4 as stability, foundation. Like, you've come a long way and you're working on your stability, your structure, your foundation. You're finally doing something for you, and you're not making your life solely about taking care of others. Okay, I've mentioned in some of my reads about codependency. Okay, I am no longer codependent. I learned that I don't really and truly, I don't need anybody. Do I love my immediate family? Absolutely. But if it came down to it, life or death, we all can go our own ways and move on if it came down to it. You know? Like, we don't need each other, but we enjoy each other's company. We enjoy being a part of this makeshift dysfunctional family. But it's okay. Like, the ones that I have closest, I feel were put into my life for me to wake up and to come on here and not saying, oh, my life purpose is to do tarot videos. No, it's not. My purpose was to wake the hell up, get away from the abuse, and understand that I do have more to offer this world than just another addict or, just another good for nothing scapegoat, you know, black sheep of the black sheep of the black sheep. Like, no, I actually do have a purpose. And really and truly, my sobriety, I have been from day drinking, alcoholism, I have been on a sober, steady path for about 5 years. I have had a beer within there, a time or two, but it's like I wasn't aiming to get tore up. It was just kind of like a casual social thing, and actually, 9 times out of 10, it ended up pouring out pretty much the whole thing. But, anyways, and it's just my personal perspective, it's just my personal opinion. My sobriety was the best thing I could have ever have done for myself and my family. It brought us together. Like, we're tight. And I know I can depend on them, and they can depend on me, push come to shove. But otherwise, yeah, we all have our own independent things going on, and we all love and respect each other for it. Now, the folks outside of our immediate family, not all of them are believers. Not all of them are for our higher good, honestly. You're letting the good times flow. Even confirmation saying yes. I'm going to read these ones off, see where it goes, and then I'm going to wrap this up because this is quite a bit. Okay, we have bird, enlightenment, freedom, elevation, big picture, rising above, and focus. Alright? It's funny because I actually, a few days ago, came across something, and I believe it was like a red cardinal. I think it was a YouTube video or something. I didn't click on it, but, you see the things. And it said something about when spirit is watching you, and it had like a picture of a red cardinal, and I've actually been seeing a red cardinal swoop down and fly around here recently. So, enlightenment, freedom, elevation. If you're seeing, I'm going to just say this, from spirit. If you see a red cardinal and you've been noticing that red cardinal, you might catch a glimpse here or there. It's a message from spirit saying that you are elevating and to keep your focus. Okay? Know your worth. They cannot cope or compete. Be and stay open to the flow of messages received. Like I said again, get you your dream journal, or the other one I've mentioned, go check out my Substack. The link is in the description. Like I said, new moon and full moon journal prompts, just to help kind of like um, clear things out and figure out what it is you need to work on. And it's lining up with the energy. So I promise you, go check it out. Check it for yourself. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. You know, you don't know unless you go check it out. Okay? Desperation. I'm not desperate. I do get the feeling, though, that somebody is desperate to get a hold of you. This could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Time can heal. Still, sometimes the memory can shake loose. Absolutely. It took me 7 years before I truly started opening my eyes and realizing that abuse I didn't deserve. And that was just from a relationship. That wasn't even from like the family side of things. That was just from, like, I know now that more or less I was conditioned to put up with abusive relationships because that's what I experienced growing up. That's what I witnessed growing up. That's what I was told growing up was, find somebody who's going to take care of you and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, no, I didn't find nobody to take care of me. As a matter of fact, I was taking care of folks. I was, I'd be the breadwinner in the house. Plus, I'd be cooking and cleaning and, running the errands and da 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 da. While people just sit around and play video games or, find some other thing to do that makes zero freaking progress in life, doesn't feed a family, doesn't support the family, nothing, I ended up being that person. And people said I was codependent, and it's not even so much that I was codependent, it was survival, man. There's a trickster in the mix. Okay, be careful if you do end up taking someone back in your life. All right, and I'm telling you, I'm getting, even if they're someone as close as a partner, um, a friend, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, a sibling, a grandparent. If they're toxic, honey, they're toxic. Okay, don't let them trick you. Do not let them trick you. If you've already done put your boundaries up, baby, you keep them boundaries up. Do not let them trick you. Okay, we have spirit, elevation, ascension, and rising above because you have rose above this. You are rising above this. Okay, we have completion and on to the next. Yeah, don't be careful. Like, don't be careful. Um, don't let this trickster back into the loop if you've already set your boundaries. I'm dead serious. Do not let them back into your life if you've already cut them out. And if you haven't fully cut them out, just know that this is your confirmation. This is your message saying it's time to cut ties. Like, it's literally time to cut ties. And actually, that song that I keep channeling, and I keep my grass cut to see the snake shed. It's actually, I believe it's Cut Ties by Anthony Q. Go check him out. He's got a lot of great hitters for just like, you're fed up with it, you found something bigger, better, and you're happy. Like he's got some good songs. Go check him out. Okay. Completion on the next. Wealth, luck are on your side. Okay, because you've cut these toxic people out, you have wealth and luck on your side. Like, I feel like what you're working on is actually going to be abundant. You're going to prosper within this direction that you're moving. Okay, because you're no longer looking back at the past. And if you are, like I said, honey, get that trickster out your energy. Okay, and transition into the new you. All right. Anything else? We have Revealer of Truth. Don't take things too seriously and make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. And I have been telling you, be careful of the trickster. Okay? Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your past events. All the BS that people put you through, honey. Learn from it. All right? I don't know why I feel like I have to keep pushing that, because collective, I already feel like you're probably watching this going, oh yeah, I already done did this. Okay, well, I'm proud of you. Please move forward. Don't let your boundaries down. Continue to stand your ground. Again, go check my stuff out. Um, Maybe not even necessarily me. Just, look it up for yourself as far as new moons and full moons and journal prompts to work with. All right, start working through some of those emotions. And the best way to get through it is to go ahead and journal them down, because then you can get it all out without judgment. And you know what? If you have somebody, I do feel I need to say this. If you have somebody that's going to go through your stuff and you're worried about who might see it, go get you a fire safe container, get you outside in a well ventilated area, away from anything. And like legit, I call it a cauldron. I don't know what else you want me to call it. It's an iron pot. Like my iron skillets, I have an iron pot. And that's what I will fold certain things and put it in there and watch it burn into ash if I truly am worried about other people's judgment. Because I have had parents that will go through my stuff. If I had diaries, they broke the locks. Um, anything that I did, there'd be little notes in there, basically like showing, yeah, no, they've been in that book, they've seen this too. Like, they were always in my freaking business, y'all. So, get people about your business. Keep your grass cut to see that snake shit. Okay, keep them tricksters up out of your energy, and yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's work on ourselves together, collective, because we have so much more. Like, we're capable of so much more, and I would love to bring y'all along on my journey if you'll have me. So, subscribe, like, please. Go check out the link, and yeah, talk to y'all again soon.